We, the people of Newland, demand that the government makes the greatest possible efforts to solve the problem of cultural heritage. It is very well known that our architecture is something that we are unique, that makes us unique, and something that is very important and also is a part of our cultural heritage. And we want the government to help us raise awareness to make us, the new generations that are consumed by the internet and the modernism wave, to start appreciating the architecture more, and also all of the other cultural heritage sites that we have. To us, the new generations, as I said, it is not very important that we keep our cultural heritage sites safe, because we think that patriotism is not healthy. We know that patriotism is not healthy, or at least we're taught so, because we only know the toxic examples of patriotism, which are connected also very closely to the cultural heritage sites, and also just in general the cultural heritage that we have, which is sadly stepped on by the foot of fast demanding development, which wants to basically, instead of restoration of the new buildings that we have that makes us unique, to demolish it and build new modern buildings, the ones that we see every day pop up everywhere, which it might seem good, but that's only for the aesthetics, not for the value. We've seen a great example of complex art that was created in the past century, that was very complex, and you can see that people, when they created that art, put a lot of thought into it. But as the modernism wave, as I said, hit, sadly, those types of artworks became undervalued, and new, much simpler art projects, yeah, that's right, became much more appreciated and favorable, which we see that mirror itself onto our buildings. Instead of demanding for much more complex and beautiful buildings to be built that have a lot of value, they start to build buildings that are aesthetically pleasing and will not age well. Meaning that, as we can see, the older buildings and older cultural heritage examples that we have, they age so well. Great example is the wine. When you taste wine and it's freshly made, it doesn't have the same complex flavor as it has when it's aged. Aged cheese also is much more tastier. The same happens with our cultural heritage sites. We want the government to start restoration projects for all of the buildings that we have, and we want our cultural heritage to be saved, because we're starting to lose it. We're starting to lose the value that we saw last century even. We started ruining it. We started drawing graffiti on it to make it more colorful, because we didn't like the colors that were represented then, but they also showed just how dark those ages were when we built those houses. Cultural heritage is also very important, because that's what tells us where we are from and what makes us unique. And cultural heritage also builds our character as people, so when we go out into the world and we start talking with someone, they will know that we aren't from their country, and will want to learn more and more about our culture. So I think that's why cultural heritage sites, and just in general cultural heritage, should be saved. Somehow we demand that we have a lot of new projects started from the government, so that we understand where we come from, and to understand to value it, and to be more respectful to those who took their time and created that cultural heritage that we live in today, that makes us unique.